On my Media Prime this evening, we are going to be revisiting the happenings that have been occurring in Womb, chief town of Njuh division. We know that we have been having issues, squabbles between the indigenes and the Muslim community. Recently, it took the lives of many persons, and we know that many other persons were injured, and tongues have been wagging, and many persons are asking what is actually happening in Njuh division, Womb, its capital to be precise. We are also going to be looking at what the political elites, traditional authorities, amongst others, have been doing to sue for a permanent peace to reign in Womb, chief town of Njuh. We are coming this evening from the perspective of youths of Aghum, who are going to be telling us what their mothers, fathers, and brothers have been going through. And also, we are also going to be having the Muslim community represented here, also from the youth perspective, to tell us the best ways out of the current impasse in which the population find themselves. We should note that it's not been these squabbles between the Muslim and the indigenous population of Aghum has been ongoing for decades today, and the people are bent on seeking a lasting solution to these problems. We are in the company of Edwin Fan, who is a youth from Aghum, who is also leading the Njuh Youth Association. He wears many caps, very, very, very active in most of the issues touching on the life of the division. We're glad to have you, Mr. Edwin.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Leo. I'm happy to be here with you on my Media Prime television tonight.
Okay, we also are in the company of Marie Goretti, who is also participating on our program for the very first time. She is a very dynamic youth from Aghum. We're glad to have you for the first time.
Thank you, Mr. Leonard. Thank you. I'm grateful.
How are you?
I'm good.
Okay. We also are in the company of Sule Buba, who is an active youth from Njuh division, also very keen on following up what is happening out there. We're glad to have you with us.
Thank you very much, Mr. Leonard. I'm honored.
This is not the first time.
Yeah, yeah, actually.
Okay. I remember how you also helped clarify on the issue of Kayamata out there when he was making news. I'll start with you, Edwin. What actually is not going well in Womb today when it comes to the conflict between the Fulanis, the Hausas, and the people of Aghum?
Yeah. Thank you for the moment given to me to speak, Mr. Leo. I do think that what is not going on well in Womb is a spillover.
Okay.
Yes. The excesses of the Anglophone crisis.
Okay.
Yeah. A fight wherein we have seen other fights and other wars developing within. Wars that ended are being revised. For example, from 2019, we have 3 years today. Aghums have suffered from the hands of marauders, Fulanis, Hausas, and the Akus, who have left sometimes their bushes and they come into the clan, to the villages, they burn, they loot, they kill, they maim, they steal our property, and they go scot-free without arrest. This is because some of them think that maybe Amber Boys or separatists are Aghums. So when something happens in the bushes, they will come to maybe transfer aggression on the Aghum innocent people. So that's what's happening in Womb as we speak. And then as this is going on, some people want to use this as a leeway to gain maybe what they failed to gain before the crisis. So what we are looking at right now is a war within a war, wherein a minority of the Fulanis who came into Aghum land and were welcomed by our people want to be seen, want to be heard. But there are many ways of which they can be heard, and not through the crisis. So what's going on in Womb is a war within a war. Opportunists wanting to do what they failed to do when there was normalcy.
Okay. You share the same view like Edwin Marie.
Well, apparently, what I think is going on in Womb is a war within a war, but it's not a matter of opportunists, but like people who have been through pain. Two victims, like the Aghum community and the Fulani community, they have been going through pain, and the issue here is that the Fulani community is using the wrong approach to retaliate, because they are retaliating on the innocent population. Those who actually come and commit atrocities and do whatever they are doing, they come and do it, they go back into the bushes, and now the innocent population, the indigenous of Aghum, are being left to suffer, whereas they don't have any clue of what is actually going on. So it is an unfortunate situation, because with all the agony that the Aghum community is going through, because all of us are going through that, the challenges, the outcome of the war within a war, the Anglophone crisis, but the Fulanis now are like using the wrong approach, because whenever something is being done to them, they don't even take out the time to investigate and know who has actually committed the act. They just retaliate on the Aghum community. It's like they have nurse grudges, which we don't know the source. That maybe is something that has been happening in the past, like from the 1973, 1981 farmer grazer crisis, and they're now like trying to retaliate and trying to bring out their nurse grudges on the Aghum community.
Okay. Sule, can we understand what is happening? He says that it is an offshoot of the ongoing Anglophone crisis, and she says that it is also an opportunity for persons to take advantage and achieve what they could not do, but that the innocent people are paying a price for what they know not. How are you talking about with the guys on ground, and what's actually happening?
Thank you very much, Mr. Liu, for the opportunity given to me to address this issue. Today, I want us to consider this platform. I want us to consider this platform to be a kind of platform where we'll do some frank talks, looking forward to what will bring us, what will bring solution.
Lasting peace, yeah.
Yeah, lasting peace. So actually, I will differ, you understand, I will differ from the reasons put forward by Mr. Edwin and Marie. You see, to address this problem, we must first of all start from the root cause. There have actually been problem before the advent of the crisis, which is the well-known farmer grazier problem, you know. And this farmer grazier problem, I think, has helped to nurse some seed of, you know, hatred, you know, which is today taking over. Yeah, so I think what they are saying that the Fulani or the Muslim community fall back on innocent people, I will beg to differ on that, because you see, there are things that happen. They always say that evil prosper when people fail to address, to talk. You understand? Yeah, when this crisis started, you understand, the Muslim community, we decided to take a position of neutrality in this crisis. We refused to involve ourselves in the crisis. Why? Because, you know, when the call came for the Ambazonia Republic, we, the Muslim community, we realized that we could not, you know, we were not fully trusted by, as per se, by the natives. So there was no possibility for us to operate. We have some fellow Muslims, brothers, who joined the separatists, you understand? But at a point, they were, you know, looked upon as some kind of spies, and when things happen, they begin to doubt them and stuff like that. So we look at it as a kind of situation that will bring us problem, you understand? And then we decided to take a position of neutrality. not with the government, not with the separatists. But this position was not accepted, say, by the camp of the separatists, you understand? And then there was things that were happening in the community whereby our people were kidnapped, and you have funds who play a position of mediation, you understand, to get back our people. Yeah, I can quote you one of our brother by name Shagari who was kidnapped, and the fund of Nicom was the person who was mediating, and we had to pay a huge ransom before
he was released.
He was released.
He was finally released.
Yes, he was finally released. You understand? So, and then these are the things that make some people feel that, no, this is not an issue that we can, you know, cherry pick some particular people and term them separatists. We look at it as a situation whereby the Aghum people, they hide behind this crisis to attack the Muslim community.
Yeah, but
you understand?
Because
we have been a point of, we have been targeted.
Sule, don't you think
yeah,
like don't you think, like Marie says, that innocent persons are paying for what they do not know? Because we have had the fund of Wazo
and the fund of
Nicom who were also kidnapped, which means that, and then
yes,
we know many Aghums who have been kidnapped, which means that almost everybody finds themselves in the same pot.
Exactly, exactly. I accept that. You understand? But what I'm saying that, what I'm trying to say is that we, the Muslim community, for a very long time in that land, we have always looked upon to the leaders, the funds, you understand? Where we have problems, we go to them, you understand? And then when you find these leaders involved in things like this, not every person will be able to understand, you understand? And this time around, you find the population, you know, carrying out attacks on people. And most of the people, I will say it outrightly, that like some homes, you see the palace that was burned was the palace of that fund. I'm going back to 2018, 2019,
okay,
before now.
Okay.
You understand? I will accept with you that now innocent people are paying the price. But what led to them to become victims?
Okay. Now,
are things like this.
After the recent attacks in Edwin, how is the situation like? Because I know I spoke with some persons who were afraid to come out because they, especially going to farms, they were afraid of attacks. And what's happening today?
As we speak, the Aghum people have taken enough.
Okay.
Yes, they have taken enough. If you have an issue with any individual, be it a separatist in a bush, be it your countryman, as an Hausa man, as an Aku man, that doesn't permit you to create a militia and then come into Aghum land. You attack from reeds, you burn the palaces, you burn people's compounds, you loot, you steal, you attack the shops and you steal. From Widi to Kesu, 14 villages, people who are innocent. So what my brother has been saying, Mr. Buba, that funds were mediating, I don't know whether he has any proof to document or to give the word that any fund was mediating between these Amber boys and the kidnapping or the kidnapped Hausa or Fulanis. What I'm here for is that the people are tired because each time they attack them, who attacks them? Well-known Hausas who move with machetes in broad daylight. They come into town, they attack, they kill people with machetes. We just buried two of our brothers on last week, or on Wednesday, who were butchered on Friday. Other people have never gone to attack those people. We want peace. We are non-violent. What the people are saying as we speak right now in Womb is that let the Fulanis, let the Mbororos not carry a spillover. They should not take their problems into Aghum town. Because Aghums are not Amazonians. They're not separatists, because I've not seen a referendum where they voted and said they were separatists. So what is happening in Womb right now is that there are people with a secret agenda.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, but how is the situation? I understand that 2 weeks ago, the atmosphere was very tense persons were afraid to move out. Are they now going back to the farms? I think it's getting
Womb is tense as we speak.
Okay.
There is uncertainty in the air. There is no peace in Womb. There is no security in Womb. People are afraid of moving to the bushes because the Akus are still in the bushes with their machetes.
Okay.
Can I?
Yeah. No. Marie would need to come in. Yes. How did you react to the happenings in Womb, Marie? You are an Aghum youth who is also very active. What was your reaction? Did you call people back? What did you tell them on how to respond to what happened?
Well, thank you, Mr. Leonard. I first of all want to pay tribute, like extend my most fervent, heartfelt sympathy to the bereaved families. Yeah, and I'm really sorry for what my people are going through in Womb. Our people are going through, because the Mororo and the Aghum, all their lives matter. I really felt bad. I felt terrible. I was like, oh, when we thought it was over, and this is it coming over on again. Because when it happened in 2018, we actually went down to the field when the population was leaving Womb. People were fleeing away. The Akus, in collaboration with the military, in collaboration with the Hausa, they actually went down to the village. After when one of theirs was killed, that was Alajin Dere was killed, and they went down, burnt villages, killed about 60 Aghum people, burnt about 250 houses, and what they did was they committed a sacrilege, because they actually abused the Aghum people. They went into our palaces, burned down the palace of Naikom and the palace of Njuh, which was a sacrilege. Things have been happening, but we've never seen, we have the Chief Aku there, we've never seen an Aghum person going to go and bend down the Chief Aku palace. It's like they are overreacting over a situation where even the Aghum people are victims. They are victims because many people have been kidnapped, have been tortured by these same guys. People from outside have been killed in Womb by these same guys. And when I look at this,
which same guys?
These guys, I don't want to call them separatists. We don't have separatists in Womb. I want to call them nuisances, societal nuisances, because they are like thieves in the bush. They have taken opportunity over the Anglophone crisis. And these guys have gone into the bush. They infiltrate in the village when nobody's expecting, and then they do whatever they want to do. They either they kill someone or they kidnap somebody and then go away and start asking for ransoms. And the Aghum population has actually been going through an agony because of the ongoing crisis, because it's like a war within a war. But we don't actually have separatists in Womb. For the best of my knowledge, we don't have separatists in Womb. We are just being victims of a situation.
You say there are no separatists in Womb who kidnap the funds of Wazo and Naikom?
Actually, those guys, I would call them thieves, because if you are actually fighting for your people, if you are actually somebody who is a patriotic citizen and you are fighting for your people, you will honor those people. You will do everything for the best interest of those people. You will honor hierarchy, you honor royalty. So if some people are going and taking advantage of the situation that there is an ongoing Anglophone crisis, kidnapping our funds, torturing the population, they are not separatists, because we don't have, I don't even know about any camp in Womb like there is an amber camp. I don't think I know about any camp. I don't recall.
Okay.
I'm not done yet, please.
Okay, go on.
So when they come and when they infiltrate, those are thieves. They are armed robbers. And so we are all victims. The Aghum population, they are victims. The Fulani are victims. And then we are double victims in the sense that they torture us. We don't accuse the Fulani for doing that. But when they torture one Fulani, the Aghums are the ones to suffer, which is really pathetic. And I think something has to be done in order to put that on, and else the future ahead it will be chaotic. Okay,
it will be chaotic. You also understand that there is overreaction because both sides are suffering. But when you look at the intensity of the burnings and the reaction, is also not normal, actually.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Liu. Actually, I feel so bad, you understand, in what is happening in our hometown. called it Aghum. That was where I was born. You understand? You know, I have said something. Before I started speaking here, I said that evil only triumphs when good men fail to act or speak. You understand? Please, I'm calling on our people, the Aghum people, and even the entire population of Njuh to, for once, be honest. Let's be truthful to ourselves. All these things that we are trying to cover things, hide things, it won't help us. Let's come out and look for the solution to this problem. We've been living together since time immemorial. It's not today. Mr. Leo, we went to school together. We ate together, we slept on one bed. You understand? We did a lot of things together. We never had problems. You understand? And we consider both all the parents as our parents. They give us instructions, they advise us. But today, with the advent of this crisis, you understand, people have now decided to take the thing as their own thing. Let me tell you something, Mr. Leo. We know the people who attack us. We know what we go through in this land. You understand? We know the people who kill us. We know the people who steal our cattle, our goats. She said that the Aghum people have never attacked the Muslim community. There was one time they came out. You understand? They came out to attack the community, and the military stopped them at roundabout. You understand? You see, let's forget about all these things of you know, trying to cover things. Let's look towards the solution. And I am trying to propose something here. And that is the root cause, that is the problem we have in Njuh. This issue whereby the Aghum people, or say the population, the native population of Njuh, look upon the Fulani people or the Muslim community as strangers. You understand? It won't take us anywhere, because all of us know the truth. We have come to stay. We were born there. Some of us have like second, third generation in this place. Where are we going to? We don't even know where our parents came from before they came and settled in womb. You understand? It has a long history. You understand? You must, if we are not ready to accept each other as brothers, you understand? It will be very difficult for us to get the way forward to this problem. You understand? We, the Muslim community, have contributed enormously to the development of this area. You understand? Forget about the jungle taxes, forget about the council. The Njuh council solely depend on the taxes that are coming from the cattle market. Solely. All of us know it. Yes, they pay, I'm telling you. Okay. Yes, because even you go to farming, we have people who have cultivated 2 hectares of land from the Aku community. We know all these things. Njuh is known in Douala and Yaoundé for its pepper production, which is coming from Njuh. Who are the people who are cultivating pepper for commercial purpose? They are the Fulanis. You understand? Maize, more than 2 hectares of land. You understand? And then you go to the transport sector. When Alhaji Sunday was, you know, when Alhaji Sunday was elected to be the president of whether his drivers, you know, or what, he brought down the transport to 1,500.
Okay.
You understand? Let's look at all these things.
Sule, we are going to be looking at it, but now.
Yeah, let me just land, please. I am not coming here to argue or to impress somebody, you understand, or to make some points or to try to defend the Muslim community. I'm coming here because I'm concerned, you understand, about what is happening. Yep. And I want my brother here, Edwin, to take that same position so that we can come together and work to a solution. Okay. You understand? And the first step is to accept the Muslim community as part of Njuh.
Okay, that is what you are saying. But are we not here also because some persons failed to engage genuine means of solving these problems some years back? Because this is not the first time. We know that there is a Muslim community in Njuh division, in Wum particularly. There is also those that are representing the Aghum community. Seemingly, almost everybody, we have been observing this morph to where we are today.
Thank you very much, Mr. Leo. I think I will give me some time to talk about this a few minutes. we know that the Fulanis are not, they were not like the first comers into the division, into Wum. Wum is not even a name. Wum means nothing to me. Wum is not a name for where I come from. The place is called Aghum. It's Aghum division, it's Aghum subdivision. Wum is a German misappellation for that place. So Wum to me doesn't even exist. So it's Aghum. Because the people who came there some years, centuries back were Aghum people. Fulanis who came there in the 1930s came in from Nigeria and they were welcome and they were given land to settle. The books are there. You can go to the Nsah Commission, go to the Kumpasas Commission, you will see where they were asked to settle with their cattle. But as we speak today, they are littered everywhere around Aghum. Right up to Upa, to Samba, to Kota, to Ngo, to Kalakala, everywhere. As if they want to dominate the whole people who came and fought wars and took over their land and spilled their blood. So the point that we are saying here is that what is happening is that some chiefs, our funds, they failed. Because when Governor Kumpaisa came and put the laws down straight, some people went in contravention of those laws. And today we find ourselves in this mess. Now, we have a crisis. People are using the crisis now to undo what they failed, maybe was done, or to redo what they failed to do in the past. But I want to advise my Fulani brothers that, please, there are history books, there is history that you must read and study. You should not use the Anglophone crisis to cause chaos in Aghum land. Aghum land is what you know. Go to your history books and learn. Finally, I want to say on this particular note that my brother Mr. Buba here, telling us that the Fulanis have been here time immemorial. We know the history books that have been there for not more than a century. And we've been there for more than centuries. It's our land, it's Aghum land. So as you come in, you are not strangers. We are bound to live together and we will die together as one in that division. But there must be some order. Nobody should come in to use this Anglophone crisis to pass through a window to do something that we will not be happy tomorrow. Thank you, Mr. Leo.
Yes, but you have not answered my question. I'll get back to you. My question is, we have been living this situation for some time now. It's not, it did not start in 2018. It's been there. But we have leaders who are supposed to have foreseen the possibility for this stuff to escalate to where it is today. Have they been sleeping? Have they been, yes. Why are things not moving? Is there no Muslim community in Aghum? If there is one, do we not have a political, administrative, traditional elites in Aghum?
Actually, we have all those people in Aghum. We have the elites, we have the funds, we have even the imam. Yes, all those people are there. But I doubt their functions, because I've not seen them coming out like leaders representing a community to denounce certain acts. It's like they are scared of, because when you represent a people, you are supposed to stand for those people, by those people, and with those people in the darkest moments. But it's like they're just allowing the community to be left like that, to be loose, without any sense of order. Because like when it happened in 2018, I was baffled when I saw, because I saw the military recording and asking the insurgents who were like saying that we'll kill them and meet them all. And the military was there, they were there with weapons. And the military was recording and asking them, why you vex, where do you vex? And instead of bringing order, because when I was in primary school, they were just saying that I'm a policeman, without me in this world, no, there will be no peace. So they were actually supposed to intervene for peace to reign, but on that day, they were rather allowing those people to like cause chaos in the community. And the politicians, our elites have not said anything to that effect, but they will keep quiet. And after a while, they'll come and give 500 to people. They'll come and like try to blindfold them. Whereas when there is chaos, we don't see them. It was just, it was just of reason that we saw the Lord Mayor of Wum, who actually was there with his people and trying to like bring order. He actually intervened. But the other people have really been silent, and we are like disappointed in them. Like seriously, I feel disappointed in with the elites of Njuh. I am so disappointed, because they are not doing their job. They come during campaign, for the mothers in the village, actually bring them sweet talks and give them 500, give them Maggie and whatever. But the moment these people need them the most, they are not there. They desert and they just keep a sealed lip. Even in the parliament, they don't say anything. I've not heard them coming out to speak for their people and stand for their people. It's like the Njuh community, Njuh division is left on its own. It's like we don't have leaders, we don't have funds who can stand and fight for us. And that is why the division is the way it is. Because when you go to Cambe, when the fund of Cambe speaks, there is order. When the fund of Nsah speaks, there is order, there is some respect. But our funds are not doing, they're not doing enough, they might be doing something, but we are not feeling their impact. There's a vacuum somewhere, and something has to be done for lasting peace to come in Womb. The administration, together with the imam, like the Muslim community, even the religious groups, like the priests, the imam, the priests and pastors, they really need to sit up in Njuh and do something. Intervene for peace to reign in Njuh. Because it's because of this negligence. They just see it and maybe they just come and cover it up narrowly, and after a while it still escalates. And if care is not taken, if action is not taken, because they say strike the iron until it gets hot, they should keep striking the iron until there is a lasting peace in Womb. Else the future ahead, as I keep saying, I'm scared, I'm afraid. What we are trying to show, the legacy we are trying to leave for posterity, the legacy we are trying to leave for our kids, are they going to grow up and see us always fighting ourselves like animals? We've gone past that stage. We are supposed to be living together as one people, social cohesion, like the people abroad. Like we have people abroad out of the country. We have our brothers who are in the USA, who are in Europe and other continents. They should not come and incite hatred. They should not incite hatred among us, because they are living in foreign lands. They should learn, the earliest day that we count on them, those who are trying to do something back home, they should learn to speak peacefully, to mediate something positively, constructively, and not mediate in a way that will bring chaos back home, while they are there living a peaceful life with their families, with their children going to school. They are sending other people's children to go and die. They rather bring hate speech, they bring chaos, disorder. No, that should stop. Let those who are truly representing us, those who know that they actually love Aghum community, do something positive for lasting peace to reign in Aghum. And not incite hate speech. We should,
Now, Sule, those who are engaged in these activities, don't you know them? You should know them. Do you also, like she says, feel that this situation has been led to loose to get to where it is today by those who were supposed to have arrested it some years back?
Exactly speaking. That's why I started my talks with the saying that when men stop, when evil triumph, when good men do not act, because our leaders have failed us. The people whom we look upon as leaders have failed us to address this problem, and that's why. That's even what motivated me to come here. I want to make a call to the entire population, the active population, the youths of Njuh, to take a different train in the way we are handling this issue. This issue of superiority complex. This issue of the superiority complex. You see, Mr. Edwin just, Mr. Edwin have just repeated the same thing that is happening in the mainstream media and the social media. You understand? That is, when he starts saying that the Aghum people, we have not been there up to a century, what does that mean? What does that mean? It doesn't matter. You understand? We've been living together. You understand? And you know quite all right, you know very well that these Muslim communities are going nowhere. You know that. Why should we continue to kill ourselves on something that we've been living together? You understand? This thing that the Aghum people first came to the land, whether the Fulani came yesterday, it doesn't matter. They are resident now in Womb. And they don't have any other home more than Womb. You understand? Even if we go to America, we go to wherever we are, we always come back to this land as children from this land. And we contribute to the development of this area. Check the contribution of the Muslim community in Akada. You will see. My brother is one of the person who is selling the membership card. You understand? Of Akada. We've been working together. You know, in Isu, the Hausa chief of Isu was the project coordinator when they were constructing the palace hall. You know that? He kept the money. He was the one. He was elected in Ekuda. He's a member, you understand, of Ekuda. So you see, all these type of things. If you want to establish a case, like to say that, no, okay, we are second-class citizens, no problem. Okay, what next? We are second-class citizens, Mr. Edwin. What next? What do you want us to do? You want us, because do you think that you want us to pack and leave the land? Is that possible?
I've not said so, my brother.
But that's what we are saying. You understand? We know that we the Muslims, we don't fight land. We've been here for a very long time. Check your history. When you talk of history, the Muslim community came to the grassland. You understand? The first settlement of the Muslim community was installed in 1900. We came even before the Germans. The Germans station. The German station. My focus was established in 1903.
My focus here.
So what are you trying to say?
My focus here is on because we talking here are young people. It would have been also good to have the elite class also speak, but it is also
unfortunate that they are not here.
It's also very difficult to get them speak. I don't know, but are you worried that this is happening? This has happened in Aghum. I don't know whether there have been a clear-cut elite communique to state their position with respect to what is happening. We saw the fund of Isu died. I don't know whether the elites made a communique. We saw these guys who were killed in
Mr. Leonard, you are cutting me short.
In Fungom.
Please give me my full time to speak.
There are 9 persons who were killed in Fungom.
About Misong.
In Misong. Yes. I'm coming back to you. Are you comfortable with the way things are going?
I'm not comfortable. I have never been comfortable. In Menchum, we do not have, in fact, we have armchair leaders, armchair politicians, armchair lord mayors in all the 4 subdivisions. Because as I can tell you, people died in Fungom, in Misong, 9 lives were wasted. And as we speak, no communique. Nobody spoke out. As an elite, as somebody, nobody spoke. As we speak in Womb, 2019, as we speak today, nobody has said anything. To even go on Share TV, for example, that's the national television. They have not said anything there. When they go there, they say everything is normal, there's calm. But people are dying. So please, we want the leaders to sit up. The politicians, the lord mayors of all the 4 subdivisions of Menchum, senators, the fonds, rally, sit up, the adults, all the Muslim Hausas gather and say something about this thing happening to Menchum so that we can bring justice back to our land. So they have not done anything as we speak. Maybe they've been doing it on the ground. We want to see it done. Something is done physically. We see you on television, we see you going international to speak about injustice so that action be taken on the culprit, be it whoever. That's it, Mr. Leo.
Okay, yes, Sule, you said you were not done. Can you just land now?
Yes. You see, what I was trying to say is that, you see, for example, I have said that only the truth can save us. You understand? We must change the narrative.
Okay.
We must change the narratives. You understand? You see, when the fund of Isu was killed, it was everywhere in the social media, even in the mainstream media, that the Fulani, the Muslims, have killed the fund of Isu. I don't know who. There are some particular people who are trying to incite, you understand, chaos, violence in this land. We are trying to knock the head of the natives and the Muslim community, because they have failed to achieve maybe their aims, and they want to use the Muslim community, to achieve their aims. Yes, you understand? They want to use the Muslim community to achieve their aims. And this is not only coming, maybe say from the government. The government, there are people in the government, there are people even in the separatist rank. I will always say it as it is. I will not hide it. You understand? Most of those people who are in the diaspora, you go into the social media, you see lies, funny things. Okay, when they said that the Fulani, the Muslim community, have killed the Fon of East, what happened? They went and burned down all the homes of the Muslims. Our home is burned down, is being destroyed to the floor. You understand? They burned down the mosque. And then at the end of the day, they discovered that the Fulani had no hand in the killing of the Fon. Nobody came out and said anything. You see? So those are the kind of things. The narrative have to change. The narrative have to change. You understand? And this issue of always trying to paint a picture, like saying that no, these people came first to the land, this and that. It has never been a problem. It has never been a problem before. You understand? It has never been a problem before this crisis. That's what I'm trying to say. Let's not promote it, please. Let me learn. It has never been a problem before this crisis.
Yes,
let's not promote it. You understand?
To an extent.
Yes, let's not promote it. Because that's where the problem is coming. Nobody, no human being will always accept that he's inferior. You know it. History has proven that. You understand?
Okay, yeah, Marie, coming.
Yeah, I'll plead to differ, and I will not want derogatory words like somebody came first and all those, like looking at a particular group of people as inferior human beings. No, I'm a mother, I'm a humanitarian, and I have respect for human dignity. When it comes to every human life matters, and every human being is so precious. The Fulani are so precious, the Aghum people are so precious. Because when people start inciting that hate speech, all those kind of thoughts, to me it doesn't speak volume, especially those in the diaspora. I will want to address those, my brothers and sisters in the diaspora, because we are where we are today because of them. They shouldn't forget that they are living in foreign lands where they have been welcomed. Most of them have naturalized. In the USA, in Europe, most of them have naturalized. And I remember when one black American was killed, I saw how blacks came out, that Black Lives Matter. So it means no human being wants to be looked upon as being an inferior human being. We always want to be respected anywhere we go. And so we should not look at the Fulani community like being inferior human being or coming later. No. Where they are in the USA, in Europe, in Asia, or wherever, they want their position.
They also
came later. And they are being given the rights, human rights, the right to belong, the right to work and do everything, to associate and interact. They want all those rights. To even, like, Barack Obama was the president, to even be the president. And I don't see any issue on that, because we are all human beings and we are equal anywhere we find ourselves. The Fulani community, the people in the Fulani, I've never looked at them as being inferior human beings. I've never even thought of they came later or they came first, or who came first, who came later. As we are living together, let's live together in peace, unity, love, and harmony. Let's even like look for a media where we can create an association known as the Aghum Fulani Hausa Association of Love, Unity, and Peace. Let's look for such, because if we keep hating ourselves, looking like these people came before these people, no. But what I want to plead with my Fulani brothers is that don't look at us like your enemies. Don't look at the Aghum people like they look at you like, no. We always interact. I have classmate, my benchmate, Abbas Muhammadu. He was my benchmate, and we always call ourselves Benchy. He used to come to our house, and my mother would welcome him like a son. And then even the kid brother, he always calls me grand sir, because we have never like discriminated and looked at them like inferior human beings. We've never thought as such. So I don't want to think that it's because some people are looking at you guys like inferior beings. The main cause of this thing is that there is a war within a war, and the Fulani community is using the wrong approach on the innocent Aghum population, because we are all suffering in the hands of these boys in the bush. These boys have kidnapped our phones. They have tortured women. They have tortured even men, kidnapped so many men. The phones don't fight. Most of us we cannot easily go to the village. We are scared of these boys, but we are Aghum children. So we are all suffering in the hands of these guys. Not just the Fulani. But the thing is that it's like they have nurse grudges, and whenever anything happens, they want to avenge their anger on an innocent population. That's what I was saying.
That's what I was saying.
Where the problem is, like
what I was saying. That's something
that is where the problem
to achieve.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. I will speak frankly. Okay, I get in touch with my community. You understand? There is what we call, let me say, when the personality of somebody is being attacked, you understand, he lost his senses. You see, I am saying that this thing that we are trying to say, there is a war within a war. I don't want to accept that. You see, yeah, no, don't laugh, please. Don't laugh, please. We are here to look for solutions, okay? I want us to join together and address these problems and look for solution. It is not difficult. And I want to assure you that the Fulani community does not have any hidden agenda. They doesn't have any hidden agenda. You understand? You believe it or not, it is what is happening to them that's pushing them. Go to the social media, go to the mainstream media, and you see what they are saying. They always threaten us that the Muslim community will leave the land. They will drive away the Muslim community. The day is coming. This and that. All those type of things. They are threats, and they play on the psychology of a person, of human beings. You understand? You understand? They no more feel safe. And when a little thing happens, they feel that maybe it is the time. Because just imagine what happened. We just wake up in a good morning and found that 4 Fulani people have been slaughtered.
Who are those who slaughtered them?
Who slaughtered them?
You understand? You understand?
Who slaughtered the guys?
That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say that. That's what I am trying to say that. We are all victims of these things. We are all victims.
Exactly.
And I have told you at the beginning of my talks here that I'm not here to defend anybody or to argue or to impress anybody. I'm here because I think that we the youths, since our leaders have failed us, we the youths can start coming together,
okay,
to get a solution.
Good evening, Mr. Leo. Please, the Muslim scholar that we all know has never condemned the killings of any Muslim. Aghum is writing from Limbe. Good evening to you all. The way out is for both parties to organize condolence visits to those families that lose their family members. Secondly, they should organize cultural activities regularly. From Pa Nubila, John is writing from Bamenda. Good evening to you, Nubila. John. Okay. Any message that is insultive, please, I will not read it. Any insultive message, I won't read it. I am a peace journalist. The objective of this program is to see how we can find a lasting solution to the existing problem that is plaguing especially the people of Aghum out there in Njuh division. And we should all laud the courage of this young lady and guys to be able to come and talk to the world, because many persons contacted to come and talk on this subject since it started would not want to come. So we should appreciate what they are doing. Good evening, Mr. Liu. Please, the Muslims. Okay, I want to read that one. Hello, Mr. Liu. I want to appreciate you for bringing this crisis to the media. I want to applaud the maturity of Mr. Buba. I just want to advise the panelists that they should use this platform to propagate peace instead of instigating the people on ground. I want to caution some of our brothers to reason with the way they talk. Okay, Mr. Tem is writing there. The real problem in Njuh is land tenure caused by farmer-grazier conflict. The Fulanis, by culture, are transients and cannot control their cattle by any means. Cattle move to farms and farms, not moving to cattle. Okay. Good evening to you, Dr. Vali Ebwa. Glad to note that you are watching the program. Good evening, sir. I am enjoying the program. Thank you very much. Good evening, sir. This is Daniel writing from Trieste in Italy. I would love to invite the panelists to take a holistic approach in analyzing the intertribal conflict between the Fulanis, Hausa versus the Aghum communities. Taking some experience from Western Darfur, where I worked as a community liaison officer, it's very clear that the primary cause of the crisis in Wum is war over the scramble over the control of limited fertile land. It's an old unsettled conflict between the indigenous Aghums and the nomadic settler Fulani Hausa land grazers. This is just a local replica of long Darfur war between the original black African settlers versus the nomadic Janjaweeds. At the same time, some geopolitical interpretation could help explain the escalation in Wum, the spillover effects of attempts by Fulanis in neighboring Nigeria in constant search of grazing land or willing some political power. Considering that the Anglophone crisis and the search for political visibility, it's most probable that some criminal elements are seizing the opportunity to make political gains. Such manipulations usually manifest through allegiance to one faction in the crisis. In the case of Wum, it's but obvious that Fulani community appears to be the force to reckon with in countering the amber-foot soldier. Choosing one side in such conflict exacerbates the crisis. For peace to return in such environment, a comprehensive, sincere, and intercommunal dialogue should be sponsored by the central government. The chief mediator, the state, however, had the constitutional, moral, and social obligation being neutral. Anything void of this will only deteriorate the already critical situation. Thanks. Glad to read this from you, Mr. Daniel, who is writing from Italy. Yes, we are looking at ways of sustainable ways of earning this. What are the youth doing? Are you engaging the political elite, the administrative authorities, and are you also mobilizing yourselves?
Thank you very much, Mr. Liu, once more. I think that we, the youths of Aghum, yeah, I'm here to speak on behalf of the Aghum people. Yeah. I am saying that for at least 6 instances, we have been murdered, we have been butchered. 2019, Aghum suffered. 2 palaces burned down, Wendu, Neekom. At least 6 lives lost at Neekom and the junction. The whole of Qatar was burned down. At least 24 lives were lost. We lost Parfum Angus. We lost Mr. Tom Benjamin. We lost Vincent. A lot of people that were our encyclopedias that were murdered by Fulanis, because we have all the data here. Because we have videos that were filmed how they were burning people in their houses. The governor came down to Wum, opened investigations. As we speak, nobody's been arrested, picked up. That one ended. 2020, 21, October 18th, 16th, first of all, they started. On the 18th, we heard that one Fulani man who was married to an Hausa lady, maybe a girlfriend, was gunned down around Yidz. The guy who gunned him down, I think we heard, was also caught and killed, butchered. But the youth from Hausa came into Wum because of a militiaman who was gunned down. They now taken laws into their hands, burned from Yidz to Kesu, killed Aghum people. 6 lives were lost, including a Dungu who was burned in his house. These are human beings. Aghum people escaped. And we don't want to fight. They escaped. They did not fight back. They escaped. In the moment they were returning on the 19th, the Hausa people still came and got another young man killed that same morning, the 19th. The SDO called a meeting on the 21st of November. Opened investigations. As we speak, nothing has been done. In December, one part at Nsah was murdered by 2 Fulani boys. Nothing was done about it. As we speak, July, in fact, March and June, 2 farms were kidnapped by unknown people in Wum. We don't know those who kidnapped them. This is security in Wum. Now, as we speak, last 2 weeks, we learned that 4 Fulanis were kidnapped, as we heard. We never saw the kidnappers, and they were slaughtered. And we saw the videos of strange knives that stabbed the people. We saw the videos of people that had been fighting. They were fighting. If you see the corpses of the 4 Fulanis, they were engaged in a fight. It could be a fight between families. It could be between cattle headers. It could be between cattle thieves. We don't know.
Okay.
That should not prompt an Hausa man to leave his quarters in Hausa quarter to enter into the clan. People that they came and they met and they welcomed them. Excuse me, let me land something. I will land on this one. So the point is that they should not take laws into their hands. They have taken enough of these laws into their hands for 4 years. And the government is quiet. The SGO is silent. The open investigation, they don't arrest anybody. So we are saying that the youths have risen. We don't want violence anymore. We have lost a lot of blood, a lot of people. We want lasting solutions. We want that the SDO and his entourage, the colonel in womb and the military, they should take charge. They should create commissions of inquiry to investigate these 3 years massacre of Aghum people. They should arrest the culprits. If there are Aghum people involved, he called a false name here. If he has any facts, any proof, bring it to the table. Bring Aghum people involved, arrest them. Bring Fulanis, arrest them. Bring Hausas, arrest them. Let justice reign.
Let's I would advise that we make our points without necessarily calling names here.
Okay,
please.
Okay.
No,
yes.
oh, yeah, okay.
Let us make our points without necessarily indexing individuals. Yeah, because we are also in search of but Marie, how do we get sustainable peace in Womb?
The administration has to sit up, because they are there for peace. They are there for the people. And when the people are at loggerhead, they have to play their role intensively. They have to be professional in the way they're handling this crisis. And because it's like, to me, when I look at it at times, it's like they're being biased. They have to, as an administration, if you are being sent to a community to take care of a people, you are supposed to be neutral, impartial, indiscriminate, and you have to respect every human being, respect for every human being. So when things are coming up and like the Aghum people are being killed and nothing is being said, the Mbororo people being killed and the administration is so relaxed about it. They don't even like sit up. They don't try to carry out a thorough investigation alongside because right now what I think, because it is a war within a war and we are all victims. So there is supposed to be a collective force. A collective force from the administration, the military, the Hausas, the Fulani, the Aghum community. Because we are suffering. This thing came up, it started in 2019 when some people, we don't even know how it started. Some people came and killed the one Fulani or some Fulani, and then they started retaliating. And instead of us now uniting to investigate and see those who have actually committed the act, we rather venge our anger on innocent people, which is uncalled for. It is uncalled for. So normally we are supposed to like work hand in glove because we are having a common enemy.
Exactly.
Those guys in the bush who come and kill us, they kidnap even our phones, and you guys are aware of that. We pay ransom for our phones to be released. We pay ransom. They torture our people, our women. There are young girls who have left womb. Many people, young boys who left, they eloped because they're afraid of those guys who are in the bush. So we are all victims. Womb is not the way it was supposed to be. It normally used to be when we were in schooling in womb. You can bear me witness. So many youths, even Aghum youth, like if those guys in womb were actually in womb now, what the Fulani are doing, they would have been doing it because the guys would have come up. But these guys have actually eloped because they're afraid of those guys in the bush, because it came to a point where if you don't join them, they'll start coming behind you. Many young guys left. Edwin left because of the crisis. Edwin left because of the crisis. He too is an IDP. He is a victim. So we are all victims. And therefore, we should have a collective force. We should come together. This is time for us to unite and fight a common enemy. With the military should not take side like trying to bring us at loggerhead. You guys should think about this. The military, this war, this crisis, now this Anglophone crisis will come to an end. and we will still have to live together. So nobody should go and take
the
side of the
military
military,
will go
not knowing that when the military leaves and goes back to the barracks,
How
we
will
have
it
to
be?
face each other.
Yes.
How are we going to look at each other in the face, knowing that you betrayed me during a crisis? We will not be able to trust ourselves anymore. Therefore, we should unite and fight a common enemy. And those criminals in the bush will come and keep, because I don't call them amber. You know why? If you are fighting for a community, for your people, everything you have to do should be for the best interest of your people. If they are kidnapping the funds, kidnapping the villagers, many people don't have the access that they have like sent us, even us the Aghum, out of womb because we are even scared of going to womb because they will kidnap us. So they are criminals, armed robbers, notorious thieves in the bush, trying to inflict conflict.
The focus is on how.
Therefore, let's not unite against those criminals.
Yes, but how do we unite?
By creating commissions and like creating committees and creating like now our leaders are not doing anything. They are not saying, and we feel like disappointed. The youth are like left on their own, and the youth have to sit up. Like I was talking about the Aghum Fulani Hausa Youth Association of Love, Unity, and Peace. We should create. Is it if you abbreviate, it should be Afa Love or whatever.
Okay.
So we should create something like that. We should create an association that will make the Fulanis to unite with the Aghum people, and in order to fight a common enemy who has been inflicting agony, unthinkable misery on the innocent population.
Okay, watching the program live, the way forward is pacific coexistence in the community. Future joint programs to rekindle the unity, harmony, and solidarity hitherto enjoyed. Let the panelists concentrate on the way forward and not what has happened, which cannot be changed. Dr. Aban Kalistus watching there. He says he would gladly help out. Good evening, Doctor. Glad to note that you are also watching the program. Good evening to you all in the studio, and thank you, Mr. Liu, for the great job you are doing. Pointing fingers at each other has never been a solution. Both parties have lived together without issues. To my opinion, we should tackle what initiated this conflict and resolve it from the base. Thanks. And for is writing from Yaoundé. Good evening to you. For good evening, Mr. Liu. If Aghum wants to discriminate, there will be the losers. Because there are many more than Fulanis. Okay. Good evening to you, writing there from Limbe. Good evening, Mr. Liu. I want to ask Mr. Buba, why is it that Muslims don't accept their mistakes? Okay, the only Frederick writing from Douala. Frederick, I hope you have accepted your own mistake. Welcome, guys. Good evening, Mr. Liu. Please, let all of us, the youth, should continue fighting for peace. There is a way out. Thanks, my brother. Let's all of us should stand against the separatists. That's the sole problem. Okay. Good evening to you. Good evening, Mr. Liu. Your program is crucial, but I'm afraid one of your panelists is on the contrary, fueling the flames, blaming only the Fulanis in womb. So many Fulanis, about 39, have been murdered in womb between 2018 and 2021, and he seems to be ignoring the huge number. The lives of everyone is important. I also want to say that your panelists are mixing Fulani Hausa Muslims, which are all different. Musa Buba is writing from Boya. Good evening to you, Musa. Good evening, Mr. Liu. This is Adamo from the east region of Cameroon. The history of the Fulanis was written by non-Fulanis, which means the real history is not known. Okay, people should stop telling lies, okay? Good evening, Mr. Liu and co. What a great program. Courage, Mr. Sule. Keep speaking the truth. Thank you, Madam Njuh. You are truly out to look for solution. Okay. We should not globalize the problem to the entire Menchum division. The problem is womb center. The womb, that is womb only. Okay. This is it's my friend Muhammadu. writing from Yaoundé. Good evening to you, Muhammadu. Would have loved to have you on this panel. Good evening, Mr. Liu. I must say that what is happening in Wum can emerge into a bloody intertribal war that will last decades if the government of Cameroon as a whole and the administration of the Northwest region in particular don't take immediate actions to ensure lasting peace. The government powers that be in Wum appear to be biased, and the so-called political leaders are proving incapable to handle this problem. It should be noted. Engineer Kang Roland Abeng, writing from Kumba. Good evening, sir. I appreciate the program, but we are not getting any solutions. Okay. Me, Afu, writing from Beto. Good evening, Mr. Liu. I'm extending special greetings to all those in the studio, especially Edwin Fan. All I keep praying for is that peace should reign in my village, Aghum. To be precise, we are tired of losing our dear ones, be it the Muslim or the Christian. Let anyone who incites violence should be punished. Tears always run down my eyes when I remember of the last incident where 2 brothers were stabbed, and I haven't heard yet anything to whether the perpetrators of the act were punished or not. We want justice in Aghum. That is the cry of every mother in womb. I always admire your program, Mr. Liu. I'm Dan Desmond Fang, writing from Amanda. Thank you very much. Yes.
Yeah, okay, Mr. Liu, please. They say that there is a saying which says that if you don't touch bitter leaf, your hands will not be bitter. You understand? There are things that have been happening in Wum in particular, you understand? Whereby today, I can say that the Muslim community are looking upon them as, you know, like culprits. Why? Because we feel betrayed. When our people were killed, when our people are being killed by the so-called Amber Boys, you understand, who are indigenes of Wum, you understand?
They're not.
And then we see them in the village mingling freely with the population. And then we wonder, you understand? And then even Alaji Bala, he was killed in the midst of people. Nobody said anything. You understand? And then we realized that most of the cattle they steal from us, they kill the meat and they come and sell it in the village, and the population happily buys the meat and eat. For more than 2 years, they have been slaughtering our cattle and selling in the village, in the main village of Aghum, of Wum. We know all these things. You understand? That's why I'm telling you that it is not for nothing. All what is happening is happening. But I don't want to concentrate on that. You understand? My concern here is the way forward. And the only way forward is for us to come together, stand by each other. That's the only way we can have solutions.
You have said that they should stand together. She says that we should work for peace, and Edwin said so. But practically speaking, what are you suggesting? What is the message you are passing to your brothers and sisters who are in Whoop today,
yes,
and also to your fathers, because they also have a role to play? Yes, we have the elders, we have the Sakis. Yes.
Okay. You know, the plain truth is that we are minority in Wum, you understand? And then the Fons are the leaders, you understand? They are the one who are leading us, the people of Wum. And we want them to take their role, call for, you know, a reconciliatory meeting between the natives, or form a commission that will involve both the Muslims and the Aghum people, and then we work together. There are solutions. You understand? There are solutions. We know the advent, the advent of this problem. It started, you know, this problem started, you know, thanks to the crisis.
But Sule, just get to the solutions.
Yes, the solution is that
because
both our leaders, a commission should be formed. You understand? That will involve both the Muslim community and the natives. You understand? Yes, and work. And I'm calling on my own people to always not take the laws into their hands. You understand? Yes. And then the farmlands and the grazing lands, there should be a clear-cut demarcation between these lands. The natives should stop coming to the hills to work. Sometimes there are places whereby the farms are supposed to be done, because that's the only solution. Because you see, when you say that when they have to walk anywhere, then the grazer also have a problem how to move around with his cattle.
Okay.
So there should be a demarcation of farmland and grazing land.
Okay.
In
Yes. Edwin, what are you telling your brothers and sisters? Many are watching us across the world this evening. What are you telling your fathers back in Womb, especially the political elite?
Thank you, Mr. Leo. I am deeply touched. I've always been touched. I cry every night. Yes, because as I speak, I have my mother who is in Boya now with a hand cut. She's still suffering, bleeding through the nose and the head. Thanks to this crisis that the Fulanis had to cut her head. Not all the Fulanis, unscrupulous fellows. Because in every society we have bad people. So my brother is my brother here. I know he's not that type who can butcher somebody. There are people in his community who are unscrupulous, who are thieves and criminals. So what we are saying as a way forward is that, one, for the Aghum man to forgive and forget and have a clear mind, have a clear heart, they must arrest, jail all those people that are responsible for the murder of Aghum people for the past 3 years. They are well known. They are found in Hausa quarters. Aghum people know them and their names. If they are afraid to call their names, they should call their names. As we speak, they are still moving freely with blood of Aghum people on their hands. Those who were killed last week, they were buried on Wednesday. The people who killed them are still moving freely. They will tell you they were arrested and sent to Bamenda. Arrest them and show us the people you have arrested. Let us see justice being served. That's the first thing. Arrest them, because if they arrest them, the Aghum people will see them to court. See the mentioned people to the SG and the rest to court, so they should bring them out. That's the first thing. Secondly, no, excuse me, my brother. You don't take us into your hands. If you have, okay, if the Aghum people who killed, yes. If you know any Aghum, if you know any Aghum man, please, I'm giving my point. Please, if you know any Aghum man who took laws into his hands, please, can you write, if it's me here, please, my brother, write my name. Like Mr. Edwin Fan, you have caused this, go to jail, jail me. If you know any Aghum man who has done it, put his name down, arrest him and put to rain. That's justice to be served. Those who have died and they are buried, they are still crying for justice. Those who killed them should be arrested. Those people who were killed, if you know the Aghum people who killed them, go for them. Bring their names, they should be arrested. Secondly, there should be a commission of inquiry. As we speak, Kata, Ngo, Kalakala, Sangwa, Binjam, as they call it. The people, they drove out Aghum people from those areas and they put their cattle there. Those cattle should escape those areas because those are Aghum people's compounds and their children are IDPs. They want to go back home to their compounds in those places. Those are Aghum villages right up to Upa. That is an Aghum quarter of Aghum clan. Now, thirdly, for peace to reign, the farms need to come together as one, with the mayor, with the senator, with the MP, and the adults, the Fulani elite should come together, have a conclave in Womb or anywhere for peace to reign. There should be a vigilante that must be there. I'm not a separatist per se. I'm just on my own as I'm talking here. So I'm saying that people should ensure justice reigns for other people to be happy. As we speak, no one has been arrested, but we have more than 50 lives lost.
We out.
They should arrest those people that are responsible for the lives of other people. Mr. Leo, they should arrest them. That's what we are talking about. They should pick them up.
Before there will be justice, there must be equity, equality.
Exactly. They should arrest them.
He said if there are culprits amongst the Aghums, they
bring them out.
Yes. So, yes, Marie, what should the youth be doing? You said there should be the formation of a commission or an association or something among the youth of the Muslim youth and the Aghum youth. Yes. What would be the function To preach peace or to identify culprits amongst...
to preach peace and social, that means social cohesion.
Justice first.
Yeah, justice
before
first.
Peace.
Justice before peace. Like, what I want to say is that actually, as a mother, burying a child, like each life matters. So if those who killed those 4 Fulani guys that were killed last Tuesday, that means Tuesday the 26th, if you know the people, mention their names and let them be arrested. If they're Aghum people, let them be arrested.
You know them.
If you know that I am a culprit, call my name. I should be arrested. All those guys, because it's actually painful when we watch the videos of those guys. We're saying that we'll kill them and make them all, and they are still there in Aghum land. It's like we are. That means there's no law again in Cameroon. It's like the Cameroonian government is a failure. It's like we failed. It's because they say that Cameroon is a law country, right? Let's implement that law. It should not look like it's a lawless country.
Okay.
So let those guys be arrested and let a peace commission be created and let the youth come together. Let there be social cohesion. And there is this thing like last week, one mother was coming back from the bush and one Fulani child was going and touching that mother's bush and was attacking. Because the way you train a child in a way that he should grow, so that when he grows up, he should not depart from it. There is this parenting. Let me know. I don't know how to call it. To me, it's poor parenting.
Why is it happening only now?
Wait. Training a child to grow with knives, with weapons.
Why is it
the Hausa have always been trained. The Fulanis have always been trained to grow with, to work with weapons. Yes. It is very dangerous to work with knives. Even when they're in the most, they have a knife in their pocket. They have sticks, always ready to fight. I want to say that they should disarm. They should not be working with sticks and knives again. They should be disarmed. But they're still working with those weapons. They're still working with the stick. They're overlooking the SGS communique, and they're still doing it, and they are being allowed to work with it, and nothing is being done. Like this, any person who violates that communique should be punished without mercy.
Okay, they should
face justice, because by the time they start, some people are already being locked up. Some people are already facing that justice. They'll be alleged, and then there'll be some discipline.
Okay.
Okay. Do you know that there are videos, there are write-ups where people write that we shall kill all the Fulani, they must leave our lands and stuff like that?
Catch the people. Catch the people. That's
so if
you know about those faces now, the videos that will kill them the honor. We know the faces. They should catch those faces. Bring the video. They should catch those faces.
Okay, please. Those inciting violence should actually stop.
Yes, those inciting violence at home and abroad. Those inciting violence abroad should stop. Hate speech should stop. We don't need it. We don't need. We want love.
Okay.
We want to live like we used to live in my secondary school days in JHS. I miss those old days where we were like a family.
Yes, I do also. We hope that peace actually returns. Good evening, Mr. Liu and the guests in the studio. My advice to the Aghum and Fulani youth is that they should keenly observe a film shown over my media prime. Mbang got married to Amina. It teaches a lot of things. There should be intermarriage between the two communities. They should avoid the big...
It has been happening.
It has been happening.
I have Aghum children in my family.
I have Muslim children in my family.
Yeah, please.
So what are you laughing?
Yeah,
as if it is something that cannot happen.
Please.
It's already happening.
Yeah, please, Sule, please. They should avoid the big guns who want to use the situation to rise themselves. They should know that everyone is equal before God. No one came to this earth with anything, and we shall go with nothing. Unity and peaceful coexistence are the best solutions. Let them avoid the administration that have feed dragging over the massacres. The funds and adults should take the challenge. Abraham Oseda is writing from a corner. Good evening to you. This one says the concentration should be on the way forward. Thanks very much on my media prime for this wonderful program. Mr. Edwin, only focus on the past, not the way forward, okay? Those are not the solutions, rather fuel on fire, okay?
That's justice.
Thank you. Mr. Edwin wants justice. Good evening, Mr. Liu. I like the program. This program has made us understand some reasons and causes of the conflict, which I was not aware of. For my dad was affected by the conflict. I like your idea, Mr. Mark Edwin. You've just expressed my mind. In addition to that, let us all take collective measures to put an end to the crisis through religious, political, and traditional authorities. Kum Pride, writing from Bafusam. Good evening to you. Pride, good evening, Mr. Leo. This is a great program. I would like to say that we should leave the blame game, call for dialogue. The following persons should come on board and do the talk frankly: administration, mayor, senator, parliamentarians, funds, chiefs, elders, pastors, priests, imams, youth leaders, and leaders of cultural groups. When this enlarged meeting dialogue is held, everlasting peace will come back to whom? Aka Felix is writing from Chang. Good evening, Mr. Liu. I truly appreciate your program. Regarding the topic of discussion, I think this is not a time for the blame game. What we need is a way out of the crisis. All lives matters, be it Aghum or Fulani. All the sons and daughters of Njuh, irrespective of culture, should come to a dialogue table and look at each other as brother and sister. Okay, Dr. Elvis Ato is writing from Boya. We are out of time, but the time is short. I don't know whether we're going to have an opportunity to do another edition of it, because many persons have written. They want me to also read their messages, but it's impossible because we are out of time. Edwin, thank you for coming.
Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so very much. I am a little bit calm today. At least I spoke with my brother, I spoke with my sister, and thank you for the program. And I want to close my talk with the fact that there should be justice.
Okay, there should be justice.
Justice for Aghum, for Njuh, for whom? For the Fulanis, for the Aghum people who have lost their lives. Let justice be served. Thank you.
Marie, thank you for coming.
Thank you, Mr. Leonard. Thank you. I will end by saying that there should be justice and peace. We need peace. As a mother, I will always advocate for peace.
Okay.
I stand for peace.
Sule, thank you for coming.
Thank you very much, Mr. Leo. Before we have justice, there should also be equality and equity among the people. They will have justice. We have to come together and work as one people. And then we must denounce all those people that are causing these problems. You understand? Yes.
Okay, we want to thank all of you who took time off to watch this program, but I'm sure the elites from Njuh, they have the message from those who have written. Almost 80% of those who watch the program have suggested ways of ending this conflict. They should take their responsibilities into their hands. We want to thank the production team, Eli and Desmond, for producing. And to all of you who have sent text messages, I pray that I create time again to revisit this topic. I can only say stay blessed. Bye-bye.